every single person at locals will impermanence this card because they think you're playing Prank Kids, and that's correct. Like, if you are playing Prank Kids, then this is the card that you want to stop. But we're not playing Prank Kids, really. We're playing a Dragoon Turbo deck.
You are my friend. I don't hear you. 今でもまだ忘れてないんでしょ
Welcome to Gaming Universe.
Thank you so much. What's going on?
Welcome back to Mr. Wangram, back with Henry once again. With what do you have?
It's for you. I have a Thunder Dragon Prank Kid deck. Ooh.
Man, all these pranky people loves you now.
Yeah. So the last couple of weeks, ever since we recorded the last video, I've been trying all different kinds of variants of Prank Kids with different ratios of different cards, with Parallel Exceed, Mystic Mind, different cards, and I noticed that the consistent thing that would happen when I lose is I would get Nibiru'd, or it would be after, or maybe I would get like Dark Rulered and I couldn't play after that. It was just like I would lose to sack cards, not really the mid-range cards. So I played a deck that played around Nibiru and played through like all the sack cards, and this deck is just randomly really good at playing through interruptions. Last week I played at a tournament. It was like a small locals, 3 rounds. I lost all my dice rolls and I 2-0'd all my opponents, going second every single game. And like round 1 I played through 2 butlers with a toad. Each butler had 2 board wipes each. I played second against Virtual World, played through Calamities and the Trap. I played second against Elvic back row, and every single game I just destroyed my opponents. So this deck is like very powerful. I think the problem is like randomly you lose to Ash once in a while, but it's still very consistent and it's very potent. So you're kind of lowering your consistency to have a higher power, but you're also doing that while playing around the Nibiru. So let's get into the deck profile. I do want to shout out my sponsor, Bomani Lounge. Also, Scoop Phase for these awesome Thunder Dragon sleeves. You can buy them at scoopphase.com. So shouting out my boy Kyle. And check out, we're going to do a combo. I'm going to do a combo video on Bomani Lounge. So if you want to see a Thunder Dragon Prank Kid combo, I'll do one now, and I'll do one on our channel. So let's get into the combos, the combo cards. So we play the Thunder Dragon. So we play Triple Roar, Triple Dark, and Double Matrix, and 1 of the Hawk. So I didn't play. I was playing the original Thunder Dragon, but it didn't really do much because you're not really summoning Titan a whole lot, and it didn't really have a whole lot of application in the deck. But what's really cool about the top 6 is that they all get you to Thunder Dragon Fusion if you banish them for Roxy's. So you're essentially trying to turbo out Dragoon while also getting to your Thunder Dragon Fusion to summon Butler. So you're getting 2 big boss monsters on your field, while also having Thunder Dragon Fusion in Graveyard for next turn, where you get to search the second Fansies. So you're setting up like a really hard board to get over, while also setting up your next turn to kill your opponent. So what these all do is the top 6, they get you to your Thunder Dragon Fusion by banishing them off of Roxy's. And then the bottom 6, this is good because it works with Parallel Exceed, and it's also another card to interrupt with Titan if you do have to summon it. And this is your recursion play. It helps you get to Cobra if you have the extender. So they all have a role in the deck. I think that these are pretty good. So 9 Thunder Dragon monsters. Then we lead into the Prank Kid monsters, and this is a little bit different. We play triple Roxy's, double Fansies, and only 1 of each of these.
That's it?
So yeah, because we're not playing Polymerization in this deck, so we're actually trying to use this card like Aloof Lapine, which it loses to Ash, but it dodges Impermanence, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, so this one I was playing at 1 as well, but you want to have a second one to search off Thunder Dragon Fusion if you're if the Thunder Dragon Fusion that you use on your turn doesn't go through. You want to have a second one in your deck. But like if it wasn't for that reason, I would just play 1 of each of these. Because what you're going to do when you're doing the combo, you're going to Foolish this to special this, or the other way around. So you're going to have access to all of your monsters in Graveyard by the time you end your combo to go to Anaconda, and then you're going to have Thunder Dragon Fusion in grave, you can summon Butler. And since you shuffle back all 3 of these for Butler, then you reset your Prank Kid engine again. So you don't need a whole lot, and you don't really want to see multiples, you just want to see 1. So getting to Roxy's is important because it turns on your entire Thunder Dragon engine. So if you can chain block the Roxy's, which we do with Parallel Exceed and the field spell, then we can just turbo out Dragoon and other cards while also playing around Nibiru. So that's it for the Prank Kid monsters. And then for additional cards, additional extenders, we play Triple Parallel Exceed. So we're still playing this. It's really good for chain blocking the Prank Kids, which is the main application of the deck. Just randomly loses to Ash and Gamma, but as long as we have this, it not only chain blocks once, but it chain blocks twice if we have a Thunder Dragon in hand. So if you go Roxy's Banished Roar, chain Parallel Exceed, then Chain Link 2 is going to be Parallel Exceed, Chain Link 1 is going to be Roxy's. They can't Ash the Roxy's, and then in another Chain Link 1 is going to be Roar or Dark, and Chain Link 2 is going to be Parallel Exceed to summon from the deck. So they can't Ash either of your key combo cards. So that's why this card is kind of needed in this deck. And again, you play a lot of Link 1s, so it's really easy to go off. So for more extenders, we play Superior Extenders, searchable cards. We play the black and the white. So we play a Chaos Space Engine. These cards are searchable off of pitching like a Thunder Dragon, but in their own right, like they're still decent. You can also pitch like a dead Dark Magician or Red-Eyes. They're pretty good. They're another way to turb out Dragoon. And what's cool about the Chaos Space is it also gets you to this card, which is called Arch Nemesis Protos. So Arch Nemesis Protos is a searchable card off of Chaos Space. You need to pitch a light for the Chaos Space to search it. So if you pitch a Matrix or if you pitch a Hawk, it could be searchable, or like an Effect Filler or something. You can search this card, and so it's a non-normal summonable dark monster, and it requires you to banish 3 cards with different attributes, and then you summon it. So it's like a boss monster. So what's cool is at the end of your Prank Kid combo, you always have 3 attributes engraved no matter what. And if you have Thunder Dragons engraved, then you can proc their effects by banishing them. So it has an application there. But when it's on the field, it has an effect where you call an attribute, you destroy all cards in the field with that attribute, and then neither player can summon monsters with that attribute for the next 2 turns. So if you can call Dark, it doesn't pop itself because it can't be destroyed by card effects. So you just instantly lock your opponent out of summoning Verte Anaconda or Dragoon. Also, Dragoon can't be destroyed by card effects, so if you have Dragoon on the field, it's not a big deal. And what's cool is if you drop this mid combo, you can summon any Prank Kid from your deck, so you have access to any single attribute in the game. You have access through Wind with Fansies, Water with Dropsies, Fire with Lampsies, Earth, obviously with Roxy's and Meow Meow. You can summon Thunder Dragon Titan to have access to Light, and you always have access to Dark. So you can lock your opponent out of any attribute in the game, which is really cool. So it's like Levianeer for this deck. It's just like a boss monster that's searchable. So I've used it quite a couple times. It's really good in the grind game. If you draw it, it's like just like a bomb. So that's my bomb for the deck. So that's my little Chaos Space Engine. And then the last 2 monsters, we play just the best cards in the deck, Dark Magician and Red-Eyes.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously a lot of people click away when they see a Dragoon deck, because I'm personally not a fan of Dragoons either. But what's cool in this deck is you can, if you have a weird hand, off of the Roar, you can just special summon the Hawk. And what the Hawk does, if it's linked away or sent to the graveyard or banished, is you can shuffle back your hand into the deck and shuffle. You can mulligan your hand. So you can shuffle these back, or you can shuffle back Red-Eyes Fusion and put them back into the deck and then draw a card. So, or if you have this in hand and banish it with Roxy, same thing. So a lot of the hands that I saw that I was drawing one of these, I could just mulligan my hand anyway. So it wasn't that big of a problem. So it catches up with you in a way, but you can also you have a way at least of mitigating it a little bit. So. That's it for the monsters. Then for the spells, we play triple place. Usually in Pure I play 2, but in this one you just want to see your Prank Kids, so I play 3 along with the Terraforming. No mine this time, so people are happy because of that. So that's it. That's more Prank Kid names in a way, and it also going second chain blocks Ash, so that's really important. The best card in the deck, Thunder Dragon Fusion. So in Pure, I don't play this card because I play Poly, and it's really an either-or situation. But in this deck, I play less Prank Kids, so I don't play Poly. Therefore, I can use this as an extender. So what's cool about this card is it can get you to your Thunder Dragons. You can summon Titan, or you can summon Butler off of this. And once it's engraved, turn 3, you can banish it to search a Fansies to do your whole Prank Kid play again. Or you can banish it to search a Thunder Dragon to try to go Titan, kill your opponent, depending on what your hand is. So the card has a lot of application, and it's just a very strong card. So it's definitely a card you want to see. And then 2 tactics in case I get hand trapped. It's another card that plays around Ash. So if I get Ash, I hope to open an extender or something to chain block, or tactics where I can draw into something. So it's pretty good. And then my one-ofs, Gold Sark to obviously get your Thunder Dragons. and then 1 Red-Eyes Fusion. So that's it for the spells. And then the only hand trap I can play, I only really had room for 1 hand trap, which was Impermanence. So I decided on Impermanence because I wanted a card that was good going second against the Trident deck, like the Zoo deck. So I wanted a card that's like, it could react to Infernoble, but it could also, like stop a Trident on standby phase. So this way, because sometimes if you normal summon a Prank Kit and they pop your normal summon, sometimes that it's like pass your turn. So I wanted to have a little bit more against like Zeus and Trident. So and then occasionally it could stop VFD if the Virtual World deck doesn't set up their trap, then you can stop the calamities. But anyway, so 40 cards, and we'll get into the extra deck. So we play 3 fusion monsters. So 1 Battle Butler, 1 Thunder Dragon Titan, and 1 Red-Eyes Dragoon. So you can summon all of these off of Verte Anaconda. These 2 are summonable off of Thunder Dragon Fusion, and this one just off of Verte. So yeah, it's really cool. Like turn 1, you can set up 2 of the 3, and usually it's these 2. But what's broken is like turn 3, you can summon the second Verte Anaconda, and you can summon your Titan. And then Titan's really good at ending games. So I usually don't summon this to like turn 1 for defense. I usually summon it like turn 3 to kill my opponent. So yep.
It's been a long day.
For the fusions. Then we play a lot of Link 1s. We play 2 Meow Meow for Parallel Exceed. We also play a Link Rebo because it turns Matrix into it makes Matrix work with Parallel Exceed. Then we play the Striker Dragon. It makes the Wyver Burst and the Cola Serpent a 1-card Dragoon. And then we play 1 Link Spider. So playing this allows you to play around Nibiru in every hand. So yeah, it's really important. So those are the Link 1s. Then we play 2 Verte Anaconda. The second Verte Anaconda is absolutely needed. That's like the most important part because it lets you play around Nibiru. Because basically, essentially, you're going to be summoning on your 5th or 6th summon, you're going to be summoning Verte Anaconda. And they need to Nibiru you there because if they don't, you just summon a Dragoon. And if they do Nibiru you, then you can summon you have an extender in hand, you have the Thunder Dragon Fusion in hand, you summon Link Spider, and you go into the second Verte Anaconda. So very important. Then we play 1 Doodle Doodle Doo for the Prank Kid combo. 1 IP Masquerena for turn 1 setup, 1 Phoenix just to pop spells and traps, and then for the only Link 3 we play Unicorn for IP, and then Access Code Talker for our Link 4. So that's really it for the deck, and I'll give you guys a cool combo. So best case scenario in the deck is to open up Prank Kid's Roxy's, or any Prank Kid really, because you can do the combos different ways, but for simplicity's sake, we'll do Roar plus Roxy. So they're both 3 of in our decks. So I'm gonna normal summon the Roxy's. We're gonna link it off for a Prank Kid Meow Meow. We're gonna use Roxy's effect. So we're gonna banish the Roar to draw a card. So you're gonna have a blank card in hand. Then this is gonna go off to special summon a Prank Kid from the deck. So you're going to be able to special summon the Fansies. New chain. Roar is going to go off to special summon a Thunder Dragon Dark from your deck. So get the Dark on the field. So you have Meow Meow, Fansies, and Dark. So now you're going to link off the Fansies and the Meow Meow. And you're going to go into your Prank Kid Doodle Doodle Doo. And we're going to go Chain Link 1. So Chain Link 1 Fansies, because that's the one you actually have to resolve. Chain Link 2 Doodle Doodle Doo. Every single person at locals will impermanence this card because they think you're playing Prank Kids. And that's correct. Like if you are playing Prank Kids, then this is the card that you want to stop. But we're not playing Prank Kids really. We're playing a Dragoon Turbo deck. So instead of hitting the Verte, they always hit the Doodle, which is really cool. So this deck kind of just doesn't care about Impermanence or Valor. So Chain Link 2 is Doodle Doodle Doo to search the field spell. And it's the only target that you play. And then the Fansies will Foolish any card. So usually in Pure, you Foolish Pandemonium to special another Prank Kid. But in this version, we're going to Foolish the Water one to special the Fire one. So this allows you to have all of your attributes engraved without having to play another Prank Kid monster. So here, like in this version of the combo, we have 2 cards in hand because we drew off Roxy's. We're going to so without any extenders, you have to link these off into Verte. So like then you'll get your Thunder Dragon Fusion, you'll get your you'll search your fusion. But if you have any other extender, then you're gonna use the extender to go into the Anaconda first. So if you have like Parallel Exceed or Chaos Dragon or anything at all, or if you hard draw the Thunder Dragon Fusion, you can do that too. So you go Verte with the extra monster, and then you would link off the Dark and the Lampsies into an IP. So if you have one extender, the only difference is that you either end on IP or you don't. But it's one more interruption. So the dark will go off to search you a Thunder Dragon Fusion. So if you already have Thunder Dragon Fusion, then likewise you can search Hawk, and then you can still end on the IP because you're going to use Hawk to bring back the dark, then link off into IP. So either way, you end on Predaplant, Verte, and IP with Thunder Dragon Fusion in hand. So you're going to activate Thunder Dragon Fusion. Also, like, this is what I was talking about before, where like if they wanted like Nibiru here, then they can. If they Nibiru you here, like you would have a token and Thunder Dragon Fusion in hand, where you would use Thunder Dragon Fusion, summon a Butler, go into Link Spider, link away the Butler and the Spider into your second Cobra, then summon Dragoon. So it plays around Nibiru pretty well. But if they don't have Nibiru, then you're going to be at this point, you're going to activate Thunder Dragon Fusion, you're going to shuffle back the Lampsies, the Dropsies, and the Fansies back into the deck to summon your Battle Butler. Also, like, you can activate the place before that to make sure all these gain 500, but it's not really important for the combo. Then you're going to pay 2,000 and just do what you think you're going to do. You're going to send the all the bricks from the deck to the graveyard to summon your Dragoon. So, you know, there's like a lot of different ways this combo can go. But essentially, like most hands, if you open up any Prank Kid card, it doesn't have to be Roxy's. It could be any version. It could be any of the Prank Kids, any Dark or Roar. You get to pretty much this setup, which is really cool. I think that this is a really consistent play. On your opponent's turn, you can go Unicorn. So it's like another interruption. You have 2 board wipes with Battle Butler because you have Meow Meow and Grave, and of course you have a negate with the Red-Eyes. So also, you know, you're gonna have your Thunder Dragon Fusion and Grave. So for the next turn, you're going to banish it from your graveyard to search back the Fansies that you shuffled back. So then you like normal summon it. You play the second Meow Meow, go into another Verte, and then you can summon your Titan. So it's really cool. Like it has a lot of applications, but that's just one combo. So Roxy, any Prank Kid plus either Dark or Roar ends on essentially Verte plus these two, and any extender could also summon the IP. So yeah, it's pretty much my deck. What I've been doing with it. It's really good going second, just because you can like link climb and things like that, and go Dragoon at the end of your combo. You can like mask your chain links. So yeah, it's really strong, and I've been winning a lot online with it. And I, even though it is a Dragoon deck, I don't really like Dragoon decks. I would, I would encourage you guys to try it, give it a try. It's a different way to play Prank Kids. If you don't like Pure, it plays around Nibiru very well. And yeah, give it a try. It's all I have to say.
Okay, awesome.
Yep, and check out the Money Lounge. We're gonna do a combo video there.
Yes, see.
All right, that's all I gotta say. Subscribe to I'm So Angry.
Hi.
Bye.
Bye.